Michael Jordan is like, yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, right.
I'm ready to swoop in and snatch that. Michael B. Jordan's like, I love ballet. I'll go every weekend.
I bet you he does ballet. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'll come on there and dance in your ass.
Yeah, a lot of performers, actors are well-rounded in a lot of different art disciplines.
Yes, that's why it was so weird to hear this. It's someone who I respected as an actor, who I was like, damn, I've seen this guy work. He clearly respects the craft and he goes the extra mile. Him saying this, it shows a huge ignorance.
It's a guy that just said something stupid. He got caught up. He said something without thinking. It's not like he's a villain. It's not like he's a bad guy. I'm going to be back at the Broadway Comedy Club. That's going to be Friday, April 17th. Get your tickets at doubletoastedny.com or go to doubletoasted.com. Oh, you ballet people out there, fuck you. And you cheap ass art. So, Timothee Chalamet, I'm sorry, what's his name? Timothee. Shut your ass up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tim running his mouth and wasn't thinking. He's one of those guys right now at the height of his success. Everybody's kissing his ass. Everybody's laughing, ha 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 ha, at everything he says. So, you get to that point where surrounded by people who are yes man, ass kissers, people who just there to appease you no matter what. Hey man, that's when you slip up, because now you think the whole world feels that way. And you find out very quickly that is not the case. And that is what happened when this was an interview on CNN with Variety, and Matthew McConaughey was, I guess he was moderating. You can even see Matthew McConaughey like, yeah, keep on talking. I've been in this business a long time.
Right.
I know what to do, what not to do. I'll shut my mouth. But he offended, as I said, a couple of art communities out there. I'll let the man go ahead and speak for himself.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. Yeah. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just took shots for no reason.
Matthew McConaughey, you. So.
And he did generalize there. Like, he didn't exactly say it, but he just meant anything on stage. Yeah. Like, that's what he was saying.
Well, okay, so is this a big story? No. I mean, we won't be talking about this in 48 hours. Who cares? But it is a lesson, again, and simply put, shut up. I mean, this is a guy who, he's very young. This goes to show somebody who was very young and has not had the experience of knowing when to actually be graceful, be humble, when to not say something that will offend a whole community. I mean, I don't go to operas, I don't go to ballets, but at the same time, I don't want to belittle this community. They are something of value to people.
Well, also, just because you're not into something doesn't mean you shouldn't respect it. And that's what this comes down to, is a lack of respect. And him feeling like he's above it all, or that like, well, I'm just saying what everybody's thinking. It's like, no, you're saying what you're thinking.
Oh, you ain't being edgy, man. All right.
Yeah.
You don't speak for everybody. The reason why I brought age into this is because as I get older, and as I've been doing this for a while, can I say I was any different than Timothee Chalamet, just running my mouth, thinking I was being cute, thinking I was being clever? Probably not. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to pretty much, even when I'm doing humor and it's roasting people, just learn to give some respect. Just I've learned to actually, even if I don't like something, I don't have to punch down or put it down.
Right.
I don't have to make fun of that. Even if I'm making fun of it, I still just say, hey, that's just not for me. But I don't have to do something where I'm out there trying to just totally offend people and making people just feel like shit for it. I mean, because that's what he did. Ballet and y'all ain't.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
He pretty much says, who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares about that.
Yeah, y'all ain't. Yeah. You're not actors like me.
Okay.
Shut your ass up.
Him saying that really made me like take a step back, because it's like, do you care about the craft? Like, why would you say that? I mean, some of the biggest talents that you can name out there, like the guy who plays Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, you know how he booked that part? He's a dancer. And that's how you get to that type of role, because it's all about your body. I think that him saying that is extremely ignorant. And it felt weird, especially because I was backstage for a sold out performance of Macbeth. Him saying, people don't want that shit. I beg to differ.
Well, they probably don't want that, but you know.
No, the whole weekend sold out.
I'm joking.
The YouTube comments don't know that.
I'm joking. Yes, they do. You know, I know I'm joking. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm making a joke, but I don't really mean that. I was coming to see you play. I tell you all the time that you're great. You know, and I might make fun of something. I might joke about it, but you don't have to sit back and just, because what he did it wasn't a joke.
Right.
He really felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he really feels like no one cares about ballet. No one cares about the stage. And he's just a young guy that hasn't had enough time to really know how to handle things with grace. That's the impression he gives.
Question.
Yes.
He's a young guy. How young is he?
Well, let me see here. I'll look it up right now.
Because I feel like he's been a young guy for a lot of years.
Man, listen, I can only speak for myself. And again, I'm just trying to be understanding. I was immature in my 30s, okay?
Yeah.
I was running my mouth up until my 40s. So I understand how it is to be in your 20s. I think he's still in his 20s.
30. I just looked it up.
He just turned 30. So, man, even today, you know, he's still a relatively young guy, you know? And as I said, he's a young guy that got into this and got success even younger.
Right. Yeah.
So he's used to just being.
And right now, he's winning awards and thinking he's, top of the world, king of the world. But okay.
But when you start to be surrounded by that much success, you don't realize that opinions are opinions anymore. You think you're an authority.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no authority, man. You're an authority on some bullshit.
Right. Clearly, I know what I'm talking about. Not really.
Yeah.
You just proved that you kind of don't.
Yeah, especially right now in this day and age where AI is so prevalent. All I hear from my parents is that they hate that shit and it makes them want to go see more theater. Because people are like, oh, but they don't use AI in movies that much. People who are older watch TV a lot and that shit is using AI.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's just a matter of respect. I always tell this to people all the time. And that is why today, and I think I really can speak from experience here because that's why today I don't talk to people about movies anymore. Because I don't care if you like a movie or not. I don't get, somebody told me last night, they just texted me and said, hey, don't be mad at me, but I didn't like that movie. I know I liked that movie that you really disliked. And I'm like, man,
okay.
I said, first of all, I might joke on air, but even on air, I'd say, look, it's not for me. We just got through reviewing a movie where I said, it's for a certain audience out there. It's not for me. I am done trying to sit up here and act like my opinion holds some weight. It don't, okay? Nobody gives a all right? You like what you like. I like what I like. And I'm not out there I don't like wrestling, but I know it has a big community out there. Mm-hmm. I don't go to ballet performances. I don't even know enough about it to criticize it. There's a lot. And by the way, I've done some shit that people be like, damn. You did that. So I'm definitely not the one to my nasty ass. I've done things that people like you ain't got no reason to talk about somebody else with your nasty ass. Mm. So I people that need to realize like, hey man, no one needs to be judging anybody else. Mm-hmm. We all got shit that we like that somebody else thinks is stupid. Yeah. I if you grew up like me, grow up like us, Martin and I, where we grew up reading comics. Like myself watching anime or something, mm-hmm. Believe me, you learn how to respect other people's opinions because at the time, it was like, you do that shit?
Yeah, right?
Damn, your grown ass reads comics?
You like that shit?
You still watching cartoons?
Mm-hmm. You like them supersonic men?
You still playing video? I've done too much childish shit to talk about somebody else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, while they're out there doing ballet, I'm up at like 5 a.m. playing Resident Evil. How am I going to talk about them? I'm still watching Sesame Street sometimes. Who am I to talk about somebody? And by the way, I love this. Michael Jordan is like, yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, right.
I'm ready to swoop in and snatch that. Michael B. Jordan's like, I love ballet. I'll go every weekend.
I bet you he does ballet. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'll come on there and dance in your ass.
Yeah, a lot of performers, actors are well-rounded in a lot of different art disciplines.
Yes, that's why it was so weird to hear this. It's someone who I respected as an actor who I was like, damn, I've seen this guy work. He clearly respects the craft and he goes the extra mile. Him saying this, it shows a huge ignorance.
Well, listen, man. Also, like I said, this is something that it won't be talked about next week. It's a guy that just said something stupid. He got caught up. He said something without thinking. It's not like he's a villain. It's not like he's a bad guy. He just said, we all say something stupid. I've said, again, now I got to be understanding of him. I ain't trying to defend the guy. Now ballet people come and try to tap dance on my ass. Listen, I'm not trying to, what he said.
So you agree with him?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to back him up. I'm clearly saying that what he said was ignorant. But man, we've all said something stupid. He just happens to be in a bigger spotlight. Give him a chance to apologize, whatever, and we'll move on with our lives. It doesn't make him an awful person. Unless he is. I don't know enough about him to say whether he's a good person or not. He just said something stupid. I've been doing this for 12 years. I've said something stupid almost every week.
That's what you're paid to do.
Exactly. So leave that up to me, kid. Don't you do that. I'll do the stupid talking. You keep doing you. What's up?
Do modern actors still consider themselves thespians?
Do modern actors? Yeah, I would imagine so. And acting's acting.
Absolutely. Some of them take it way too far, like Shia LaBeouf ripping out his teeth or, like being like, oh, I'm a homeless guy. I got to go live on the streets. It's like, no.
Well, it seems like you do have actors who really are about acting. And then some people in the business, a lower percentage, but they're in it just to be movie stars.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, people saying stupid things. I just said, I just said, man, I got no room to talk. Somebody, Corey, I've known you since the Spill days. You ain't got no room to talk.
Oh boy,
you
you thought you beat him to it.
Yeah, take the dick out your ear.
People who say stupid things.
Maybe it's part of that delay.
No, it ain't. No, it's delay in the brain. That's what it is. I just said this. You ain't got to come and rub the shit in. Hey, man. I do stupid things all the time. I can't judge. Corey, you ain't got no room to talk. Wow, shut the I wish I could ballet dance all over your ass right now.
I'm sorry, this is off topic, but people in the chat, there's like a wall. Bingo, bingo.
Yeah, there it is. I gave you that one. That's going to be one of the easiest ones you had. And I know what you're doing. You're doing this shit so you can get that bingo space.
Ding.
Yeah, that is me. I know what y'all doing, sneaky ass. Let's see here. But yeah, just people, it's a lesson. And then when people gonna continue to do it, just be respectful and watch what you say. We all have to learn how to be humble, man. And humble is something that's not, for some people, yes, it's just an inherent part of their nature. Other people just have to learn it. And this seems like one of these learning. It's a teachable moment for him, a humble, teachable moment. Hopefully, he'll take the hint and be better for it.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Matthew McConaughey, but I imagine that afterwards he took him aside because if I was there personally, I wouldn't have been like, "What are you talking about?" I would have let him embarrass himself, and then afterwards I would sat him down and been like, what do you do? And then I would have broke it down to him.
Matthew McConaughey said, no, the internet gonna take care of this.
That look.
He said, oh boy, you don't even know.
The brim of my head is not big enough.
I wish you hadn't done this on my show, but okay.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's a small thing. It's just whatever. He'll learn. I hope.
Well, there's already a contingent of people who don't want to like him.
Yeah, now they're hitting that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's what do you call it?
Backlash.
Backlash. Yeah.
It's the wrong thing to say at Oscar season 2.
Yeah, it really is.
Alert from low battery.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.